Elasticsearch hints allow you to considerably improve your search experience by using functionalities such as fuzzy search, geolocated search, or phonetic search. You should now be familiar with the underlying concepts used by Elasticsearch hints, so this video will focus on teaching you what Elasticsearch hints are and how to use them in Nuxeo Studio. The Big Corp sales executives asked us to update the content model to add some new contract properties. We've already added a contact name and first name. Now they need us to improve the contract search form with some new search possibilities. A search criteria on the contact name that allows some typos, and a search criteria on the main attachment's content. As there are lots of contracts to search for, Relevance should be tuned to understand that some query terms are more important than others. If I search for confidentiality clause, for instance, the term confidentiality is very important, but the term clause is so common that it should be considered less important in order to get better results first. To implement these use cases, we will use the existing contract search form we configured in a previous video. First, we want to allow a fuzzy search on the contact name in case users make typos. On top of the usual widget properties that can be set, notice that a hints area is also provided. Elasticsearch hints lets you do powerful queries like give me all pictures taken 5 kilometers away maximum from the Eiffel Tower, or please give me relevant results considering that I may have made some typos. On the technical side, Elasticsearch hints are a combination of several possible options: a list of indexed fields to query on, an analyzer to apply onto the query terms, and an Elasticsearch operator. All these fields are optional because filling them in overrides the default widget options. For instance, if the index field is left blank, we will automatically query on the BC contract contact name field. The same goes for the operator. To start off, let's try to add a minimal configuration. We will leave the index and analyzer fields blank and use the fuzzy operator. Now if we launch a search on the contact name containing typos, notice that we find the correct result anyway. This is all thanks to the fuzzy operator. The second use case we want to implement is allowing a search on the contract's main attachment content, while tuning relevance depending on how rare each query term is. Because we want to search the attachment's content, we'll need to configure the Elasticsearch mapping in order to create a dedicated index, since it's not something we make use of in this way by default. The related mapping configuration can be found in our documentation. Click on the link that currently appears in the video to be taken to it and see how you can achieve the same result. From now on, we will consider that this configuration is done so that we can go ahead. Our next step is to configure the search form accordingly. For our purposes, you can drag and drop any string field because we will override the field with the one configured into our mapping anyway. Our mapping configuration also defines an analyzer, which we will use on our query terms to match the indexed terms. Finally, we will make use of the common operator. The Elasticsearch operator is interesting for 2 reasons. First, the common operator can be seen as an alternative to the full text search. One notable difference is that it allows users to search terms that would have been removed by the full text analyzer. If I absolutely want to search for the not beyond space travel agencies, I'd like to be able to search for the not keyword. Second, the common operator is smart. It divides query terms between those which are rare in the index and those which are commonly found in it. Rare terms will get a boost. Common terms will be lowered. We have lots of contracts in our repository. Let's say we search for confidentiality clause. If both query terms were considered of the same importance, the most relevant results might be drowned. The common operator will understand that the term confidentiality is rare and boost it, while lowering the importance of the common term clause. This will help you get the most relevant results first. You have to keep in mind that hints are very tied to the mapping configuration you define in the first place. Hints can only be leveraged to their full extent if you understand the operator you are using, and when you query on an index using the right analyzer. Therefore, if you want to make the most out of your search experience, we highly recommend taking a look at both the Elasticsearch reference guide and our documentation. Enjoy using Elasticsearch hints, and thank you for watching.